So as we proceed through this desert, just remember this. They might be hurtful hotlands, but they're only hurtful because they themselves are hurting. Or maybe this desert is just a jerk, who knows. So, I'm pretty sure I've given my opinion on desert worlds before, which was basically, deserts. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. I mean, this isn't a terrible world, it's got some pretty cool level design, and there's some stuff going on. See, look, there are trees and plants and some waterfalls. There's a cactus right there. There's definitely stuff going on. Starting off, we have a level that I'm pretty much completely breaking because I have a double jump. But we also gain an item that's going to be fairly important, the Potabo shoe, which is a unique item for SMBX. It can, first off, walk on lava, and in addition, if you stomp on enemies, it creates fireballs, which is kinda helpful. It kinda depends on what enemies are to your sides. Of course, that spiny egg was vulnerable to fire, so that's pretty helpful. For stuff like Super Mario Bros. 2 enemies though, yeah, that extra fireball effect really won't help too much. The Potabo stamp will though. I mean, you can still stamp him to death with the Potabo shoe. That will never not work. But yeah, this is a stage that's kind of all about jumping on top of enemies so that you can, not get your feet devoured by those plants, but you're also given Potabo shoes, which do help to break the level a little bit, but you do want to keep this Potabo shoe because it is going to be useful for one of the later levels. And of course, it also helps, again, that I have a leaf. Actually, no, not just a leaf, it's a Tanuki suit, which I'm also going to need, to be completely honest. That's also going to be necessary. Not just yet, though, right? Oh, Desert Maze. I think I'm actually going to skip the secret exit to this one for the time being, because I do need the Tanuki suit and the Potabo shoe, but I'm going to have to abandon the shoe if I want to get the secret exit here. So I will have to go and do a different secret exit before I do this one. But anyway, these flames can be a bit annoying. You can spin jump on top of them. That won't destroy them, but it does allow you to cross safely over them if you don't have the Potabo shoe, or yeah, Potabo shoe. Darn it. I keep wanting to call it a Karibo shoe just because that's the default green shoe. But Tanuki suit is also helpful for these things because you can turn into a statue, and if you have enough momentum and slide into them or jump onto them, then you'll actually destroy them, so that is very helpful. Make sure to bring a Tanuki suit in here, because if you don't, well, it's not that difficult, it's more just slow than anything. And now I'm lost as well, so sorry dude, I can't help you. Oh, and by the way, so while the shoe is invulnerable to lava, it also defends you from fire, so that's pretty useful. So the annoying thing is, if I wanted to, I could jump out of the boot in order to get up there, but I don't want to do that. I kinda want to keep the shoe, as I said before. I mean, I guess if I did jump up there, I could have a shortcut to, not really a later part of the level, it's really just going back to a part I've already been to, and could have, just progressed at if I didn't want to go find that toad who was all like, oh, do you have any food? But I didn't, because I'm also lost, and I don't carry food on hand. But yeah, I'm not going to abandon my boots. I want to keep this boot, because I also don't want to repeat stage 1 again. No matter what, I'm going to have to repeat some stage, so might as well be this one, even though I don't particularly care for this one, because this one actually is a maze, and it's not really that good a level. Maybe it's just because I'm not huge on mazes, but honestly I think this level is more slow to play than anything else. I mean, it's taking a while even though I already know where I'm going, so if you don't know where you're going, you might accidentally just keep looping around by accident. So, all in all, not really a very fun level, but we're done with it at least. Right, so if I'm correct, the next stage, yep, the next stage is the pyramid. So, we're going to go there, because that's where I need the boot and the Tanuki suit. So this is actually a pretty neat level, but the thing is, it's actually a raft riding level. and that's raft riding over lava. The Karibo shoe can walk, or Podobo shoe rather, can walk on top of lava. So, as long as you don't do anything dumb like charge straight into a blarg or a piranha plant, you can just bypass this stage entirely. Like, look at this. Oh, nope, don't care about you. It's gonna charge through here, no problem. No siree. Yep, it is helpful to keep in mind that you can crouch into the boot and fit into tight spaces easier. And oh, I don't even need to do this, but you know what? I'll humor you, game. There. That's what you're supposed to do, because the screen wraps. But we're done. That would have been a much longer stage if I hadn't completely broken it. But I'm going to go back to the secret exit now. Okay, so here we are again. But instead of going down the pipe, we're going through here. So yeah, you do need the boot, and you do actually get a free Tanuki suit here, so I guess you didn't need to take one in. However, the Tanuki suit also has another function, other than just turning into a statue. It can reveal hidden blocks. I think this is actually a feature in Super Mario Advance 4, which was the Super Mario Bros. 3 remake for the Game Boy Advance. But not just that game. The e-reader version, or not really version, but the e-reader bonuses for that game. The e-reader was sort of an add-on device, kind of like DLC, but you needed the device itself and then you needed cards to swipe into the e-reader. So yeah, it was not really a very successful device as you might imagine, but I'm not going to get into that too much. I'll just go meet you at the secret exit. I suppose I just need a boot to comfort me after losing my other boot. Having to leave it behind in that pyramid. Okay, anyway, you might have seen the cloud earlier when I made a huge jump, but there is a cloud up there that you can get to if you hit this block, and... okay then, sure, yeah, that's a... Look, at least it didn't glitch and prevent me from actually getting up here, it just glitched and looked silly, so I'm not gonna sweat it too much. So... that leads a pretty good ways through the world, actually. And by that I mean just one level. Actually, no, that's skipping 2 levels, because I forgot the pyramid. Because I've already been there. So, the Star Warp, I think there's something... Yep. Oh, we actually get a pretty good set of items here, actually. So now we have a really easy way to get ice flowers and leaves and hammer suits and Tanuki suits. It's all good. Of course, I'm going to be sticking with my good old bear suit, because why not, right? Bear suit's pretty good. I like it. It's like a normal leaf, but better. Anyway, back to this world. So, what is the next stage? Is it, Pyramid Action Machine? I think it's the one I'm thinking of, right? It's very reminiscent of Super Mario Bros. 3, if I'm remembering correctly. And I don't really want the ice flower. Yeah, I think this is it. It reminds me of a stage in Super Mario Bros. 3. Except with Hammer Brothers instead of those, like, slinky fire things. I can remember a stage in which there are pyramids and there are these little flame things that are jumping about. I never liked that stage. This one's actually pretty fun just because it doesn't have those dumb fire things that I hate so much. I mean, I know they're Hammer Brothers, but they're not in tight spaces and they don't usually come out more than one at a time, so it only makes me a little nervous to have to deal with those guys. Only a little bit. Also, this seems like a section in Super Mario Bros. 3 in which there would be those fake jumping blocks. There were, like, blocks with, I guess, tiny little Goombas in them. That's what the sprite looks like, anyway. If I'm wrong, then whatever, but it looks like tiny Goombas just wearing a giant block and jumping around. Those guys were kind of annoying. They weren't really too bad. But those aren't in SMBX either, so you don't have to worry about them. Though, to be fair, you probably could, like, make a custom version of the tweeter from SMB2 and just have it jumping around as a block. It wouldn't really work the same, because it kind of doesn't blend in when it's constantly jumping. That was kind of the point, that it blended in mostly with a pyramid. But hey, it could still exist at the very least, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about this with a boot on. Oh! Yep. 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 I'm just gonna keep saying yep. That's my only response to that. Yep. Yep. Anyway, onward we go. This is one of those jumping over enemies sections, but I have a boot, so I can kind of just ignore it. You don't really need to worry about the munchers, because, yeah, they're... Oh, whoops, didn't mean to kill that bomb. But, yeah, when you have a boot, you can walk over munchers. Same thing with Yoshi's, I believe. And this is probably a bad idea to be kicking it around with a giant boot on, but hey, it worked, didn't it? Alright, let's see, I believe there's a P-switch up there. Also, just FYI, you can't do the Super Mario World item grab thing. In Super Mario World, there's a glitch where if you throw an item and then start climbing, you can actually bring the item up with you as you're climbing, but that doesn't exist in this game. So I guess Super Mario World hackers probably wouldn't be too happy with this game, because that is oftentimes a gimmick they like using, it seems. Oh yeah, by the way, just out of nowhere, giant assets. I don't know why, they're just in this corner of the desert. There's no giant world in the Invasion 2, it's just in this corner. Which, there aren't that many giant objects either. There are a few. There's like a giant green Goomba, giant green Koopa rather, giant Goomba, and giant blocks, but that's just about it. If you want anything else to be giant, you gotta make it yourself. Or find someone else who's made it. That's also an option. So yeah, that was basically just for coins. Which, I don't mind too much. I don't mind going out of my way for some coins. I mean, I need them so much. Look at that, 53 lives. How will I ever survive? Oh, and that's the end of the stage. So yeah, that was a pretty good one. I liked it. Better than Pipe Maze, at least. Better than Pipe Maze. Oh, Sandy Ghosty Hammer Town. So, this is an oddly named one, but, remember last world when we had that one level with the Hammer Bros? Yeah, we get another one of those, except this time, ghosts. That's the gimmick here. Destroy everything, except this time around there are a lot of ghosts to destroy instead of various other enemies. So yep, we're just gonna be taking the good old Hammer Bros again. There probably should have been like one world to separate this between the previous level, but whatever. Destroying stuff is a-okay in my book. Just this time it's fish and ghosts. Fish and ghosts. But to be fair, I kind of would like to use that flamethrower a bit more. Would be nice to get an actually a level that's more, I guess, built for it. Because that Metroid level, the helicopter portion of the flamethrower is only kinda useful. And it helped you make a few jumps, but it wasn't really a platforming level. You could have a vertical level where you use one of those things, and you just destroy everything as you go up, and it's fun, because just blow everything up with a flamethrower. It's not really blowing up, but whatever. But no, we got a Hammer Bro. Blue Hammer Bro. You do have to wonder why they're blue, anyway. Again, it's not like it's a specific Hammer Bro. This is just a thing that Hammer Brothers do if you bury them. I think there are a few other enemies that do special things if you pick them up. I can't remember what they are, though. Not quite sure. Oh yeah, Thwomps. Pfft. As if I'd be bothered by Thwomps. I mean, really. Who cares about Thwomps? Oh, I guess that was all within a house. Okay, why not? Sure, just put it in. It's a house, why not? Nothing else makes sense. Right, Lampshade Toad? I bet he'd have something to say about this. Pfft, you just emerged from a house? That's weird. Oh, whatever. What, more fish? Jeez, why are fish jumping out of water? Fish would not do that in real life, because fish, they might be dumb, but they wouldn't just jump out of the water. They have some brains, enough to sometimes know that you shouldn't be out of water. Then again, knowing fish, they don't always acknowledge this fact, but anyway, whatever, we're at the end of the world. And we get a title drop. The Invasion 2, this is, Yep, it's this stage. Okay, so you see this airship? It's just floating here on its own. You see this giant Shy Guy? We're gonna blow him up. And it was actually a load-bearing giant Shy Guy. Killing him activated some sort of mechanism, which was the self-destruct. and the entire ship just blew up. Thankfully, the Hammer Brothers aren't tied to the airship, because if the airship blew up, if the Hammer Brothers died, well, that would have actually killed us, so that would have been a good idea or something. Seriously, Bowser, you should have thought of that, man. I mean, Bowser's dead. He's definitely dead, so these are just Bowser's minions carrying on for him. Remember, we killed Bowser, so it's a-okay. That's taken care of. So anyway, yeah. I guess that's a common theme for... Oh no, boss battle! Oh no! Whatever... Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to do this. There, we're done. I guess I could have also gone over and picked up the Shy Guy and then threw him into a Bob-omb, but whatever, gotta do things the complex way. But anyway, as I was about to say, I guess that's the common trend for the invasion stages. Blow stuff up, because why not? It's fun. I mean, it's good as an excuse as any. It's why we had the Hammer Brothers stage. Because it was fun. Of course, like the previous invasion, boss here really isn't all that threatening. In fact, it might be even easier. Hey, Berdetta, how's it going? You sure are the first mini-boss of Super Mario Bros. 2 as World 4... or, no, not even World 5's main boss. And you're really not that difficult. I mean, your room makes it kind of annoying to fight you, but not really. You're really not that bad. I don't know why you're the 5th boss of the game, Berdetta, but whatever. Alright, well, we're done there. So that was World 5. The start of the ending was pretty good, and I'm just confused why Berdetta decided she wanted to be the main boss. Guess we were out of other main bosses, but whatever. Next time on the Invasion 2, we go to Rawest Forest. Somebody cooked this for us. It's very raw. It is, in fact, the rawest, you could say.